In this video, we're going to talk about one of my favorite philosophies / religions, the Tao, Daoism, or Taoism, however you want to pronounce it. And the word Tao or Tao means the path or the way, okay? And the closest thing I can describe the way to you, the Tao, is it's a lot like the Force in Star Wars, okay? It is mystical. I mean, if you ever read the Tao Te Ching, it's a very, it's vague, it's mystical, it's mysterious, which is why immediately upon mentioning the word Daoism even, you can see a big smile and a smirk on my face, because I really admire the vagueness of it. I really admire the mysteriousness of it. I really admire the truth of it, because it's very simple. Daoism is one of the simplest ways to live life. And it just contains such deep, profound wisdom that is like, wow, how did I miss that? Like, let me use one verse from the Tao Te Ching. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Now that's again, see the beautiful thing about the Tao, it's vague. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Huh, it's kind of vague, right? It's a simple line. At first it strikes you like, what does that mean? When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. It's a paradox, because the whole book is paradoxical if you've read it. You just pick it up. It's a small book, right? It's full of paradox. It's all paradox. Almost every verse is a paradox. Which is, by the way, one of the truths about life, about existence, is it's a paradox. Okay? So again, the simplicity, the vagueness, the mysteriousness, the truth of the Tao Te Ching is really, really admirable. And it's kind of funny, actually, because I call it the book of the troll. The book of the Tao. I call it the Troll Te Ching. That's what I call it, because it's trolling. It's full of trolling. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Lao Tzu, what are you doing to me here? What are you trolling me with? When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. But when you contemplate this and you really sit on it, you gotta let it sit. You really, I had to work with this line. I wrote it on my wall, put it as a paper there, and I would just look at it every day, and I would just be like, what the hell does that mean? Because when I read it, I knew that there's some truth to it. So, let me give you an example. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Let me ask you this. When you're sick, what is the best thing you could do to accelerate your healing, to maximize your healing? Okay, it's not 7-Up, it's not Mountain Dew, it's not Pepsi. That's what my mom used to give me when I was a kid, because that was a common myth that Mountain Dew and 7-Up was good for sickness, believe it or not. Okay, I don't know if you grew in these myths, but I grew in those myths. So every time I was sick when I was a kid, I grabbed 7-Up. How about that for brilliant advertising, huh? Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant marketing. No, it's not that. And it's not orange juice neither. No, and it's not Advil, it's not antibiotics, it's not, in fact, it's not even food, it's not even fruits, it's not vegetables. No, the most powerful healing modality when you're sick. 2 things. Number 1 is sleep, and number 2 is fasting. So you're much better off when you're sick to fast than to try and eat the healthiest thing or garlic or whatever. You're much better off fasting. You'll heal faster and quicker and more efficiently. And sleeping. Now, what's going on in both these cases? You tell me, what's going on? What is being done here? Nothing. You just got out of the way of the Tao. That's all that happened. You just got out of the way of the way. Because there is a way, there is the force. Again, it's very similar to the concept of the force in Star Wars. It's got the same mystical, mysterious vibe to it. But really, when you sleep and when you fast, what heals you so quickly and so efficiently is the force. It's the way. It's the Tao. The Tao. So the idea is that there is a Tao, there is a force, there is a way. And the more you can get out of its way and just let it be, let it do its thing, the more you're harmonious with the way, the more you're harmonious with the Tao, the happier you are, the more in flow you are, the smoother everything in life is. That's the way, that's the Tao, that's the force. And so that's what Lao Tzu meant when he said, when nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Okay, again, the vagueness. I really admired the vagueness of it. The trolling. It's a trolling. Lao Tzu is the biggest troll. Okay, he's the biggest troll of them all. Okay, he completely beats Jesus. He completely beats Buddha. He was the biggest troll out of all the ancient sages and mystics. He was trolling. I guarantee you, every line he wrote, he was like, he was like having the giggles. Every line that he wrote, he was just giggling. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. You want to hear the first line? See how much of a troll Lao Tzu was? Okay. The Tao that can be spoken is not the true Tao. The Tao that can be spoken is not the true Tao. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. That's the first line of the Tao Te Ching, the Troll Te Ching. That's pretty trolling, isn't it? Because that means, you can't speak it. You can't speak it. It's like, well, what, but it's the truth. The truth is the Tao. You cannot speak it. It's not the true Tao. It's not the eternal Tao. It is not. The Tao is not conceived with thoughts or with concepts. It is. Okay, it is. The other way you can look at the Daoism is it is what it is. The Tao is. It is what it is. Again, as the simplicity of it. The Tao, the way of things. It is what it is. It is what it is. You try and use that as a mantra, okay? Do that today. Just walk around, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And watch the serenity. Watch the contentment. Watch the peace inside of you. Watch the way. Watch the Tao. Just sort of become you. You become it. You become one with the Tao, one with the way. So, you could see that, again, back to the main idea that there is a way to everything. There is a perfect way. There is a perfection in everything. And nature, nature is it's the way. It is the Tao, okay? It is often said that Lao Tzu, he was like a librarian in like some court, okay? Because, around the time that he was, China was ruled by not monarchs, but dynasties. And it's said that Lao Tzu once took off on a horse. He was done from being a librarian and he left to the west, never to be seen again. So he went to nature, and it's said that he wrote the book while he was in nature. Just observing nature, right? So nature, when you observe nature, because nature is, it is. There isn't like human intervention in it. There isn't anybody intervening. It is. And it is exquisite. It is perfect. Now you look at the humans, our behavior right now. We have minds, we have rational minds, and we have quote-unquote free will, right? And look where it got us. Look where it got us. Look at most of the diseases we have right now. What is causing them? It's pretty simple, even from a Taoist perspective. We've strained from living in harmony with the way, in harmony with nature, in harmony with the way it is, with the Tao. So we started eating manufactured processed foods. We stopped moving because, the Tao of the human body is the movement. It moves, and you know, kids just move. They're like hyperactive and whatnot, because that's just the way it is. That's the way the human thing is. It moves, right? We stopped moving. We started to manufacture foods to gratify the senses, okay, to give them an overstimulation. But we've processed them. We've put in things that don't belong there, and yeah, it messes around with the harmony of your body, with the Tao of your body. So we stopped living according to the laws of nature. We have lights, artificial lights everywhere at night, and you know, our melatonin production and secretion is all screwed up, and yeah, we don't breathe in oxygen that is pure. So all of our modern health issues are simply issues from a Taoist perspective that would say you're not living in harmony with the Tao. You're not living in harmony with the way. Now you try to do that. You start to try and live. You see that there is a way, there is a Tao to everything, and start to harmonize yourself with it. You feel amazing. You feel peaceful. You feel calm. You feel content. You feel happy. You feel joyful. What happened there? All it is you aligned yourself with the way it is. You aligned yourself with the way, with the Tao. And so, you know, this is why when you go to nature and just hang around somewhere secluded, you feel at peace because you're in the presence of purity. Pure. Nature is pure. You're in the presence of purity. Now, you got to look at this line. Light. This is from Ram Dass's book. Consciousness equals light, equals energy, equals love, equals wisdom, equals truth, equals purity, equals Tao. Okay, purity. Nature is pure. It is the way it is. And the Tao is just flowing through it like the Tao is. It is, right? Of course, us, these sophisticated, evolved apes with our super rational minds, we come in and we say, you know, God, you screwed up. You screwed up. This is how you should do it. Let us show you, us magnificent humans with our absolutely all-knowing rational mind, let us show you the way. Okay, and of course you can't do that because the way already is perfect. And now you strain off the path, you strain off the way, you become disharmonious. Essentially, you start to become disharmonious. So, yeah, there is a way, there is a Tao to everything, and it's all connected. There is the great Tao, the one way of things, right? And within it, you could look and see that there is a Tao for the human, right? So the Tao of a human, in generally speaking, it likes to move, it prefers movement, it eats certain foods that are, you know, harmonious with your body. You can't just go like a lion and chop a zebra, you know, because it's not the Tao of a human, it's the Tao of a lion. Okay? It's the way of a lion. That's the way it is. The way it is a lion eats raw meat, flesh of other animals. Okay? Just grabs on it and eats it, and it feeds the lion. That's the Tao of the lion. That's the way it is. Much like the Tao of a horse is to eat grass. Right? So there is a way, there is a Tao to everything. There is a Tao to Said. You know, the Tao of Said's ancestors flows through him, causing him certain preferences, certain ways of behavior, causing him to look in a certain physical way, act in a certain way, have a certain temperament. Okay? You know, uses his hands and his body a lot because, again, it's the Tao of the ancestors which flows through Said's veins, through my veins, right? There's a Tao to your character. You know, it's all like there is a Tao. It's in everything, in everyone. And when we say be yourself, in other words, we're saying just let the Tao flow through you. Just be one with the Tao. Be one with the Tao. Embrace the Tao. Okay? So, yeah, it's, again, see how like, the whole time we're talking in like mysterious, vague, you know, trolling. This is a troll. Lao Tzu was a troll. I don't care what anybody says. He was a troll. He was trolling. He was giggling when he was writing the book. He was giggling. Okay? So, once you start to see that there is a way to things, and you start to harmonize yourself with the way, you know, so there is like you know, if you start to wake up early, you know, I'm not doing that right now, but if you start to wake up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., oh, you wake up with the elements, you wake up with nature, oh, it's beautiful as the sunlight comes out, right? And if you start to live just in harmony with the Tao, you go barefoot in nature, you go take baths in lakes, in the ocean, as your natural human body is designed to do, to have these connections with the elements. Guys, this is why I'm moving to Thailand. I'm moving to Koh Phangan, the island of Koh Phangan, because that is a place where I could be more aligned with the Tao, with the way of things. And yeah, you start to harmonize yourself. You see your own everything, your heredity. You know, you got to look at your heredity, your genetics, your upbringing. You've got to look at you as a human entity, as an animal, as a human being. And you've got to just, you know, harmonize yourself with that Tao, harmonize yourself with that way. And then it's all cool. It's all good from there, okay? So, that's about it. That's where I'll finish off this video. And I want to give a special thanks and shout out to our Patreons for supporting us, okay? You guys have an amazing Tao flowing through you, okay? The Tao that flows through you is incredibly amazing and generous, okay? So, if the Tao through you is feeling generous, and I hope the Tao through you is feeling generous today, okay? You could pledge your support to our growing community on Patreon, okay? And the Tao through me really, really appreciates and salutes the Tao through you for supporting the greater Tao, which is the Tao of the community that we're building here, okay? So we can go on and keep doing cool things, okay? So anything will be appreciated, and again, I thank everybody who have pledged their support for us on Patreon. You might be like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do here? You know, I'm gonna pledge $2 a month. Oh, big deal, Saeed, big deal. Well, it is a big deal to me, okay? Because if more and more people do it, then we'll reach our goal where I can do this full time. Okay, the selfish goal, remember. And then there's the selfless goal we talked about also, starting a charity. Okay? So, help me achieve my selfish goal first of being able to do this full time. And then we can work on the selfless goal together and start a charity or give to charity or something, okay? So, the Tao in me salutes the Tao in you for watching and for being generous and for supporting in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's through watching, whether it's through financial means, or whatever it is. Until next time, may the Force be with you. May the Tao be with you.